What's up, comic book fans? My name is Bruce Monroe, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's episode, we are talking Avengers Endgame. That's right, here's my spoiler review on Avengers Endgame. So what did I think of the biggest movie of 2019? Well, I didn't really like it too much. Let's say that I didn't like it. As a comic book fan, and I've been a big fan of most of what the MCU has done, it was a good movie. I just was expecting to love it. I was expecting to come out of that movie theater pumping my fists, kicking the air in excitement, but I was more disappointed about some of the things I saw, and some of the things they did than anything else. And that was what disappointed me the most. And we'll get into that. So, what were some of the things that I did not like about the film? And then we'll get at the very end. We'll end this on a positive note. We'll end with what I liked. So, I thought the movie was a little slow. And this is because I shouldn't say this is because. This is what I thought. I think it was slow because they were wrapping up a lot of the stories. Or the stories to the characters that were no longer going to be in the MCU moving forward. Which were Captain America and Iron Man, which I totally understand. And they also needed it to set the stage of, the heroes being desperate to bring back everyone, and they wanted to feel like it was a huge obstacle. So they needed to give time to make that a huge obstacle. And it's moved so slow. And I really think, personally, that they could have done this a little bit faster and given more screen time to more characters, because they focus so much time on Tony Stark and Captain America that it just moved so slow. Unlike the Infinity War, where they did a great job of spreading out the story between all the characters. They also gave up a lot of screen time to Nebula, which she was great. She was a lot more entertaining than I thought Tony and Captain. But yeah, that was one of the things to me that I didn't really like about the movie, was that the pacing. The pacing was just so slow, and then it just sped up so fast at the end. I also didn't. Another thing that bugged me was the Hulk, and that's because in this movie, and so in Infinity War. We saw Thanos kick the crap out of the Hulk. And then after that, the Hulk would not come out. And so it was just Bruce Banner. And then he was in the Hulkbuster outfit. And in this film, the Hulk and Bruce have come to an understanding. And then now they share his body. And so he's not fully Hulk. He's not fully Banner. He's like this in-between. So he's like smart and Hulk, and it's just it was a weird thing for them to do with the Hulk, because he wasn't the normal Hulk that we've seen in the past movies, where he was, funny.
Not like raging fire, though I like smoldering fire.
He was amazing in battles. And it was like this, always exciting to see him on screen. And in this, I thought they neutered him. They basically took one of the greatest Avengers and they completely neutered him. And it was such a disappointment, because I was hoping for a rematch of Hulk versus Thanos. And we didn't even come anywhere close to that. We didn't even see those two fight, and that, what? How do you make this movie and not have a rematch between Hulk and Thanos? I mean, Thanos didn't even have any stones, and so it should have been an even match between the two. That was so disappointing. And then Hawkeye, one of the biggest things that bugged me about him was that he looked out of shape throughout the whole entire movie. How does a human who was supposed to be a sharpshooter, and then in this movie he becomes a total badass assassin and is going around killing anyone who's harming other people, the people that are left over from the snap. And then half the movie you see him and he has like a double chin and there's no muscles on any of his arms. He just looks completely weak and I don't know. Once I saw it, it's all I could see is a fat, chubby Hawkeye. And maybe that's just me, even though my girlfriend agreed that, he just had this big double chin half the movie and it drove me nuts. Also, Cap looked really skinny. Like, especially looking back at other older movies, like, he was so thick, and maybe he was shooting other movies at the same time, and so he had to slim down for that, and he just filmed these all together. But I don't know, Cap just looked smaller than normal. Maybe that's just me, but that was bugging me. And at the end, this is one of the biggest things about me, besides the Hulk. Hulk drove me nuts. Oh my god, that was, to me, so dumb. So there's a big battle between Thanos, Cap, Thor, and Iron Man. It was all going on. It was just like those sort of battling it out. It was really, really good. And then Thanos tries to calls down some weapons to start from his ship and starts blowing up everywhere. And Captain Marvel comes out and destroys his ship. And then Thanos unleashes his army. And so what happens? Doctor Strange just starts opening portals and all the heroes come back. And it was so convenient. It was annoyingly convenient. It's like they couldn't have found a better way to bring some of these characters back instead of just Doctor Strange opening portals, everyone here. I don't know. I personally thought that was just a really weak way to bring everyone back together. And it was just army, smash in the middle. And then another thing that drove me a little nuts was you bring back all these characters that had such a big part of the first film, like Black Panther, Spider-Man, and Groot, and the other Guardians of the Galaxy, and Doctor Strange, and all these people, and you use them this much. They had this much time on screen, and you saw them this little in battle. And I know it wasn't their movie. They're going to have movies in the future. But why use them so much in the first one and then just, again, for lack of a better word, neuter them in this film? It was such a disappointment. I really wanted to see, this to be these heroes just to all come together and fight them together. And they did. It's just, I don't know, it wasn't what I was thinking it was going to be. Alright, so let's take about the negative. That's generally what I didn't really like about the film. Pacing, Hulk, how they brought the heroes on at the end, the lack of use of a lot of those heroes at the end, it drove me nuts. It really, really did. And then how does Shea freaking Ronan look, or Hawkeye? It was I don't know why I focused on that so much, but it did. It drove me freaking nuts. Alright, so what do I like about this movie? Thor is the savior of this film. Oh my god. He's hilarious. The storyline they gave him fits so perfectly. They brought back Mjolnir, which was amazing. His hammer. Alright, so that's another one thing I loved. I loved the fight scene between when it was just Cap, Iron Man, and Thor. That was really epic. Thor wielding Stormbreaker in Mjolnir. Oh my god, epic. And then again, like I said, this is a spoiler. There's a scene where Cap is getting beat down, and everyone starts losing, and all of a sudden you see the hammer start flying back, and you think Thor is the one to be the one to catch it, but who catches it? It's Cap. And then you see Thor go, "I always knew," or "I knew it," or something like that. It was perfect, and the crowd went insane. It was such an amazing moment, and Cap started whooping ass with Mjolnir. Epic. That was my heart grew three times bigger than it normally does, or whatever the Grinch thing is. It was epic because I was at that point I was feeling the Grinch. I was feeling so annoyed at this film, but then I really came back and it was awesome. So I thought Tony Stark's ending was solid. It was a solid way for Tony to go out. He ends up getting the glove with the stones, and the Hulk used it to bring everyone back, and then that's when Thanos comes right after Hulk snaps and brings everyone back. Thanos comes and it's basically a race for the glove, because the glove is like down in the destroyed building and Hawkeye has it and running, and then it's like everyone trying to get the glove, the villains and the heroes. They also brought back the Black Order, but you barely saw them. I was like, come on, this could have been a total another rematch, but again, nothing. I think you saw him twice, except for, is it Corvus? Which one is the one that captured Doctor Strange at the beginning of Infinity War. So overall, I gotta say I didn't love the film. It is a good film. I know I've complained a lot about this film in this review, but it is a good ending to Tony Stark. I didn't love what they did to Captain America. It wasn't terrible. They kind of took like a page out of the comic book where they aged him, and he ends up handing over his shield to Falcon, which I thought was pretty cool, which will then parlay into the Winter Soldier in Falcon, which I think they're probably going to rename to Winter Soldier in Captain America, or Captain America and Winter Soldier, which would be fun. I'm really looking forward to that on the Disney streaming service. I'm also interested how they're going to bring back Vision, because we didn't see Vision in this film. So that'll be interesting to see how they bring him back, because there is a Vision in Scarlet Witch show that's going to be happening. And I am excited to see the Hawkeye, and I don't know, is it Hawkeye and Hawkeye? But it's going to be a show where Hawkeye is training Kate Bishop how to be Hawkeye. So that would be fun too. So I think I'm more excited about what is coming after Endgame now, after seeing it, because I was really so hyped to see Endgame. And they did a good job of, like I said, wrapping up Iron Man, wrapping up Captain America, and setting the stage for the future. It just, getting there, I don't know. I think they could have done a better job of getting us to that point. It just took so long to get there, and then the end just seemed so rushed. And they gave screen time to characters that I think didn't deserve it, and they could have gave that screen time to other people. So, would I suggest you guys go see this movie? Yes, honestly, this is worth the $10 to $24, whatever, how many dollars you're going to spend to see this movie, because it was really fun. And if you watched any of the Marvel movies, you're going to enjoy it. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I wanted more. I wanted a big Hulk Thanos fight. I wanted more from Iron Man. Like in Infinity War, his suit was so awesome, and they didn't really do much in this film. There was like one cool scene where Thor summons lightning and shoots it into Tony's suit, and Tony like energizes that and like blasts Thanos. But that was like the one cool thing they did. And like in the other movie, he was like, I don't know, clamping down his feet and like, I don't know. It was just so much cooler. But yes, go see this movie. It's worth your money. Like I said, it's setting up the next phase of the MCU. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. So that's my review. I know it was rambling. I wanted you guys to have an honest opinion from someone who's not just gonna gush over this movie, because it was great. It was great. It could have been more. Give me more, Marvel. Come on. So that's gonna be it, guys. If you like this review, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe, so that way you guys know when I post new videos. And something I've been forgetting to do since I started recording videos. All my social media is linked down below. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. So that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.